Enterprise architects shape technology investments worth millions. They design operating models dictating how thousands work, and gaudy corporate transformations taking years to finish. When evaluating the success of these massive systems, the focus naturally turns to technical metrics. Benchmarks like application rationalization, cloud adoption rates, or platform standardization. Look at this diagram of a highly optimized network cut off from its user. Those metrics are intermediate outcomes. A technically elegant architecture can achieve perfect system availability and high cloud adoption while failing to improve the actual customer's experience. If a highly optimized infrastructure does not give customers a reason to choose the company, it is, in business terms, an incomplete success. Consider a standard aisle in a supermarket, looking specifically at a consumer product like soap. The shelves hold dozens of nearly indistinguishable brands. The ingredients across these bars differ only marginally. Their manufacturing processes are comparable, and the quality is consistently high. Consumers rarely compare specifications or evaluate the chemical formulas of competing options. They routinely reach for the same brand without hesitation. That purchase is driven by confidence, reliability, and the accumulated experience associated with the label. The exact same logic applies to enterprise technology. Customers do not purchase APIs, or cloud infrastructure, or event-driven architectures. Those implementation choices are entirely invisible to them. They pay for the confidence that their financial assets are secure. They pay for the convenience of saving time, and for experiences that reduce their daily effort. Technology matters only when it enables those specific human outcomes. Organizations today monitor click streams, track purchasing behaviors, and tally satisfaction scores, collecting staggering volumes of information on their users. All of this information gets piped into sophisticated executive dashboards and complex analytics platforms meant to decipher consumer behavior. This diagram shows what happens when we rely purely on volume. The dashboards produce an overwhelming density of patterns, but they rarely reveal actual meaning. Data shows exactly what the customer did, but it misses their underlying motivation. Tracking the exact path a user took through an application is easy. Explaining exactly why they decided to leave before checking out is much harder. Relying entirely on these quantitative platforms gives leadership the feeling that they know their audience, while leaving the enterprise completely blind to the actual friction people experience. One retailer built a dominant position in its market despite facing significantly larger supermarket chains. The chief executive of this company spends 2 days every week working the stores. He operates the checkout, stocks shelves, packs groceries, and helps carry purchases to cars. From a purely operational perspective, paying a chief executive to perform manual retail labor looks like a severe misallocation of resources. However, the practice provides an unfiltered look at the subtle realities that never appear in surveys. It highlights why customers return, catching moments of delight or frustration that are usually filtered out by organizational hierarchies. Enterprise architects need this same unmediated perspective to find their own blind spots. An architect might see a 500 millisecond API response time as a technical success, but sitting in a contact center reveals that 10 of those successful calls in a row create a lag that makes a service agent sound hesitant, eroding a caller's trust. Observing the customer journey firsthand, whether in a branch or on a digital channel, exposes where a perfectly logical system design creates human friction that no sanitized management report can capture. Adopting the customer's perspective forces an organization to redefine its core competencies around human experiences. Traditional strengths like proprietary technical platforms or massive operational scale are invisible to the user. A customer doesn't experience your cloud infrastructure, they experience this provides. Competitive advantage is built on trust, simplicity, and responsiveness. Architects create these by orchestrating technology to shield users from back-end complexity. The shift is urgent. As AI standardizes technology platforms across industries, superior technology becomes a commodity everyone possesses. When every competitor has access to the same advanced tools, the sole surviving differentiator will be who understands their customers most deeply and translates that into better human outcomes. To survive this shift, architects must acknowledge the limits of their own perspective. Personal technical biases often lead teams to prioritize architectural elegance over the actual business impact. The discipline of architecture begins with curiosity, rather than a roadmap. It requires asking why customers stay when competitors offer similar products, and what they are truly paying for. Capability maps and target state blueprints are useful tools, but they are secondary to the primary objective. The most valuable architecture artifact is a deep and continually evolving understanding of the customer. Every piece of technology must be designed to serve it.